Nostalgia Hoots, Nostalgia Sports and Culture. Shout out to everybody tuning in on this historic day. If you're a new watcher, I appreciate you. Please don't just come drive by. We want you to return over here, show some love, be a part of the community, and maybe even join the conversation one day if that's what you want to do. My guy, I think Brennan or whoever who wanted to tap in and you wanted to debate this, and I just want to give all praise to the sister, Aliyah Boston, Clutch Sports finest, South Carolina's finest, Defensive Player of the Year, Naismith Trophy winner, Player of the Year, the first to do it. South Carolina's Aliyah Boston is the first player to win both Naismith Women's Defensive Player of the Year and Naismith Women's Player of the Year. Brought to you by Jersey Mike. Shout out Jersey Mike. Boston has averaged 16.8 points per game and 12.12 rebounds per game. We know the season was highlighted by the big double double SEC record. 28 double doubles this season, led the nation and included a SEC 27 straight from November 29th, 2021 through March 25th, 2022. I think the last game South Carolina just played, the streak was broken. I think she only had like 7 rebounds or something like that, but she's been having a very good tournament. Don Staley, Coach of the Year. Shout out to Don for building a powerhouse over there in South Carolina. We know the house that Asia built. Got to get down there and take a picture by the statue. Under Coach Staley, South Carolina has gone 33-2 this season and advanced to their fourth women's Final Four in the past 7 tournaments. Uh, 2.5 blocks per game this season. I could just say overall for women's sports, I mean, for me, Aaliyah Bossman, and she works with Tim Duncan, but that's where her game reminds me of. I just want to see her continue to elevate. I think she carries herself properly, very humble, very laid back. Seems to have that shot attitude. Everything's great. I want to see her get the same support that Sabrina Ionescu got. I think her game can translate to the next level because she does it on both ends. I want to see her rookie card get that same type of love. I want to see. I want to see her get the State Farm commercial. I think there is still a bit of a racial undertone that you'll have a great like why didn't Ariki get the same, support from commercials and stuff like that Sabrina got? Like you'll have black players with great careers and it's still just some type of undertone. It's slight because you have some fans that are pure heart. That's not you. That this doesn't go for you. But I'm just speaking of these major companies that and the support for the Sabrina card, and there have been other greats that didn't get that same support. So I want to see that same support behind Aaliyah Boston when it's time. And I mean, with the new NIL, she can get all of the stuff now. So I want to see her propped up and promoted the same way they are and have been pushing Caitlyn. I want to see that same type of push because it's a different style of game. It's more of an older school NBA style of game. That's why I'm saying I want her to continue to expand her range. I want her to be fluent with that three, fluent with the long mirror. Like I want the shot all the way fluent. That's what I'm looking forward to next season. I want to see her in that gym, putting them shots up, just really expanding to the point where she just does everything consistently. But overall, great season. Shout out to Caitlyn. It's not a knock on her. She's been revolutionary to the women's game, brought an excitement that a lot of fans that wouldn't even care to watch anything women's sports did, at least tuned into her highlights, and maybe that led them tuning into her games. You know, from the TikToks to the Twitters to all over social media, you seen Caitlyn, and we finally had a battle, and sometimes that's what it takes to elevate the overall sport. You know, Magic Bird. You know, they talk about how they saved the NBA, and this is that same type of feeling. You know, you have the racial aspect, you have the skill, you have different styles. You, it's just everything. It's a gumbo for greatness for the future of women's basketball. And you have the return of Paige and Stanford coming off a championship. Can they do it again? It's just a great place for women's basketball, on the college level. On the higher level, you got Asia, you got Candace, you got Ariki, you got a walk. I like a walk. I think if she gets a green light, she's gonna be a problem. Um, Man, I'm just happy for women's basketball. But shout out to Leah Boston. If you haven't seen all of the videos I've been covering this, um, on the back end all the way through, go check those out. And just go check out her season. Look at the highlights. Just really get an appreciation. Don't just see it and be like, oh man, that's dope. You know, really go look at some of them highlights, and if you can, watch some of them games, and watch her going forward. And hopefully, her and Coach Staley can cap this season off with a championship. I expect South Carolina. I expect Stanford, and I think that's a very good matchup. I would favor Stanford at this point, but I wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way. I think it's two heavyweights, and that's the matchup that women's basketball need right now. But nostalgia, sports, and culture. Let me know what you think. If Paige had played all season, do you think this would have been her award again? Or, do you think the right person won it? Let me know in the comments. Did Caitlyn get robbed? Or did the right person get it in Aliyah Boston? And what was her favorite game, or whoever you felt should have won it? What was that standout game like? Oh yeah, if you just was telling somebody that never seen them play, what game would you tell them like go watch this game right here? Nostalgia sports and culture, nostalgia hoops. Like, share, subscribe. Everybody have a blessed day. I'm up.